Hi, my name is Laura Hammond. I work in the XPD, or Experience and Professional Development Office at St. Ben's and St. John's. Continuing on with our micro-internship exploration, I wanted to show you a little bit more about how you can post in Handshake once you've completed and created your micro-internship design. As a reminder, CSB SJU micro-internships are short-term professional assignments that are similar to those given to new hires or interns. These projects enable St. Ben St. John students to refine and showcase skills, explore career paths, and build their networks. Projects are also a source of income, as wherever possible, micro-internship hosts are encouraged to pay students for their work. Those decisions around rate of pay and process for payment are left to the discretion of the host. As you review the information found on the screen, after consulting with colleagues to create a project, I hope these resources are helpful as you launch into the recruitment phase. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to reach out to our external relations team via the email address on the screen. We've also compiled additional resources on our XPD website at the URL captured here. Diving in, you can begin to share positions with students by logging on to Handshake, our campus recruitment portal, found at csbsju.joinhandshake.com. If your company doesn't have an employer account already, it'll take just a few minutes to create a profile. This can be used for CSB SJU micro-internships as well as other recruitment and hiring needs. If your company has an employer profile, please connect with your recruitment team to gain access to your own account if it's needed. Once you've logged onto Handshake, you can access your profile and view the main dashboard that looks like this. To post your CSB SJU micro-internship position, simply click Post a Job. I'll walk you through the entire process, where you'll be able to quickly and easily complete fields and add information so that the position can be posted for student viewing. Once you've selected the Add Jobs button, these are a few things you'd need to cover in the initial Basics screen. First, you get to decide whether you want to have students apply in Handshake or through an external system, perhaps your online recruitment portal. Either way works for a CSB SJU internship. In terms of a job title, be sure to include specifically CSB/SJU micro-internship within the job title. This is how XPD and other campus champions will encourage students to find the position. Next, you can decide whether or not you'd like to display your contact information so that students can contact you directly. Moving forward, job type will be important. Students will seek positions based on job type, and although we can't indicate a micro-internship, please be sure to use the internship job type so that students can find the position. Employment type would be part-time, and the duration would be temporary or seasonal, and you'll get to indicate the start and end date for your position. As a reminder, we ask that micro-internships at St. Ben's and St. John's at minimum last 4 weeks to help students cover any academic internship requirements they may require. Last, this is not a work-study job. As you navigate onto the job details screen, you'll see that you can copy and paste specific project details here, including hours requirements, task information, and any additional information students might need to know as they're applying for your micro-internship. You could also include contact information here in case students have questions. No matter the project, be clear about your expectations and project goals so that CSB SJU micro-interns understand what should be accomplished. Offer examples, input, timelines, and any guidance so that the work can be completed in the way you're expecting and by the deadline anticipated. We also ask you to consider realistic project goals, especially in a remote space, including the number of hours required to complete your project. We encourage you to check in often to see if your student has questions or if they're experiencing challenges. XPD considers you an educator and mentor in this work. Last, we ask you to provide students with ongoing feedback so they know if they're on the right track, especially in terms of project goals for your CSB SJU micro-internships. As you scroll down the screen, you'll notice specific job roles you can indicate. These job roles help students who are looking for certain kinds of work or certain kinds of micro-internships. As you can see, your selection will help students identify interesting roles for them, and I've offered two typical selection options on the screen. As you indicate how many students you'd like to hire, you can also indicate the paid versus unpaid rate for the project, and also indicate an hourly or a per month rate. If the project is likely to take 1 month, it could be great to use the per month rate. Moving down the screen, you should indicate the job location based on your company's geographic location, but also be sure to check the box, allow remote workers. Last, if the position requires work authorization is an important question for you to consult with your HR department on. Any visa authorization questions can be complicated, but we ask that your HR department be your best resource in this case. We have framed these positions, micro-internships, so that students can earn academic credit, which international students could use and then apply for curricular practical training or CPT for visa purposes. Again, we ask you to consult with your human resources department on any work authorization questions. Last, you can see that you get to outline the required documents or application materials. I've selected resume and cover letter. XPD does encourage you to use a resume at minimum and or a cover letter to best allow students to show how they have relevant skills and experiences for your CSB SJU micro-internship. Completing the Job Preferences tab, you'll want to consider key criteria that help students understand whether or not they meet your hiring preferences. In terms of graduation date, you can certainly leave the earliest graduation date blank if you're open to considering alumni. In this economic era, we're encouraging students of all class levels to apply for these positions. All students could benefit from paid remote work experiences. So a latest grad date to use would be May 2024 to include current first years. You can also indicate which school years are appropriate for your project by selecting first year, freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, as well as alumni if appropriate. Optional fields on this page include GPA, as well as major categories. Selecting a major category could help indicate appropriate applicants if the position is more specialized. However, in a liberal arts space, students from all majors could be a fit dependent upon their skills and interests. Last, application materials will be automatically sent or packaged to the user who's posting this position. But if others are interested in the application materials, please indicate them in the field found here. Last, you can choose how often you receive applicant packages. As we move on to the Schools tab, you'll notice this is the last bit of information we need to provide in order to successfully post the CSB SJU Micro-Internship. As a reminder, Handshake is a national system, and many schools across the U.S. are on the platform connecting students and employers. Be sure to add the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University with appropriate start and end dates for your position, especially those that will be relevant for your company's hiring timelines. As you indicate College of St. Benedict and St. John's University, an XPD staff person will approve the position so students can see it. Typically, these are approved quite quickly, especially during the business week. As you navigate to the preview page, please scroll through and review any information you've added related to the CSB SJU Micro-Internship and hit Save. After you hit Save, that is when CSB SJU staff will review and approve the position for posting. Again, my name is Laura Hammond, and on behalf of St. Ben's and St. John's, as well as XPD, or Experience and Professional Development, thank you for taking time to explore how to post your CSB SJU Micro-Internship to Handshake, our campus recruitment platform. I hope you find the information helpful, but invite you to email the address found here if you have any follow-up questions. Again, on behalf of St. Ben's and St. John's students, thank you for your work to both post and host a CSB SJU Micro-Internship.